Three weather apps that I use before I go and fly my paramotor. First thing I do is I check the Weather Channel just to give me a general idea what the week is going to be looking like over the next 14 days. Obviously, past 7, I don't even look. There is windy red and windy blue. I'm using the windy red. So what I do is I open this up and I zoom in on my hometown, or the place that has the LZ, and right here, it's Conway. I tap that, and then at the very bottom, this pops up. There are different models to use, and one of the things that I tend to use is the North American model. So I tap the bottom right, and then this will come up, and then I tip the bottom right for the NAM North American model, and this gives me a more accurate weather forecast for my area. The very bottom arrows that you can see which way the winds are blowing to. You can see the winds and the gust. What the temperature is if there's any precipitation, the sun, the clouds, the sky, and even rain. Definitely something to have in your arsenal of wind apps. And the next one that I use is something called Ventusky. This is an amazing app with so many features. But the main features is the wind and the wind gust. It actually shows you a great representation of which way the wind is blowing. You can see the wind speed, which way it's blowing. And you can actually change the different altitudes, so you can see winds aloft. And of course, as you zoom out, you can kind of get a pretty good idea of what the whole wind system is doing around your state. As you change the time down below, you can actually see what the winds are going to be doing over the next hour, 2 hours, or the next day as you scroll through. Pretty intuitive. I'm a visual guy, so looking at something like this is a lot easier than looking at numbers. So let's talk about the winds aloft again. Let's go ahead and go up to the very top here and check out the different heights. So as we go up in altitude, we can see which way the wind is blowing by the arrows. We can see how fast the wind is blowing by the numbers. It gives you a really good idea. Now, if you like numbers, this is Ryan Carlton. This is another one. It does not have an app. Just go to ryancarlton.com, and it works awesome on your iPhone. I don't know about Android because I use an iPhone. And you can actually see in numbers, sunrise, sunset, the elevation of your actual airport or where you are. You can see which way the wind is blowing at different altitudes by the compass heading. You can see how hot it's going to be and how cold it's going to be at those particular altitudes, which is why I don't want to fly up to 18,000 feet anytime soon. Not now, it's way too cold. Also, you can scroll over and actually see the different winds at different times. So it's 9 o'clock, you swipe over, and now it's 10. So you have the winds AGL as far as altitude. You have the compass heading at particular knots that it's going, the high and the low for that particular altitude. So let me know in comments down below, what apps do you use for wind and weather? Have you used the apps that I just talked about today? Are there different places on the internet that you would suggest more people go? Let me know in comments down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell notification because we got a lot more paramotor stuff coming up very soon.